Hi everyone! Today we will learn about the processing of plastic. In this lesson, students should be able to explain about the molding technique used in plastic industries. There are two types of plastic which are thermoplastic and thermoset. Thermoplastic is a plastic that can be reversibly cooled and reheat. When plastic is heated, it will be soft and easy to shape according to the mold. Examples of the thermoplastic are polystyrene, polypropylene, and polyethylene. However, thermoset cannot reheat or melted because it forms a molecular network during heating process. The example of thermoset are urethane and epoxy. Now, we will discuss about the molding technique. There are 4 of them. The first one is a compression molding. This molding technique always applicable for thermoplastic and thermoset. How this molding works? Okay, let's see the figures. In these figures, we have a mold base and mold plunger. The polymer and the additive placed in this mold cavity. After apply the pressure, the mold plunger will turn down to the mold base. At this stage, the polymer inside the cavity will be heat and melting. So, after the cooling process, the polymer will be ejected and we can get the shape of the mold that we want. Do you know where we can apply this technique? Yes, this technique can be applied in the tire industry. The second technique is injection molding. You can see the Lego picture here. Lego is one of the examples using the injection molding. So, injection molding always apply to the thermoplastic and some of the thermoset. How it's work? Let's say these figures. From these figures, we can see that we have a feed hopper, heating chamber, nozzle, and mold. That's the main component for the injection molding. The granule or pellet of the polymer will be put in the feed hopper. After that, it will go to the heating chamber where the polymer will be melted and spread well by the spreader. Using the hydraulic pressure at the end of the nozzle, the molten polymer will be injected to the mold to get a good shape of the product that we want. Next is extrusion molding. Extrusion molding always used for continuous production of product. This machine looks similar with injection, but it is not. Look it properly to the figures here. The compartment of the extrusion machine is a feeder, heater, and the important is shaping die, where the extruded will be appear. How this machine works? Okay, first one, the plastic pellet will be dropped from the hopper going to the turning screw. At this turning screw will be pushed them or the polymer going to the heater. At this point, the polymer will be melted. The molten polymer then will be forced under the pressure going to the shaping die. At the end of the shaping die, we call as a extruded. Then we get the shape that we want in the tubing, sheet or structure part. From the end product, can you guess what's the product use this method? One of the examples is straw. Lastly, we will learn about the blown film extrusion or air blown molding. Air blown molding always combination between extrusion and the molding part. The important component here is compressed air. These figures shows how we want to make a plastic bag. Okay, starting from the extrusion, the pellet for the polymer will be melted and going through to the shaping die. At here, we have a molding for the plastic. The important thing here, the air compress will be blowing the air between two layers of film. Then the film will be going to the rolls to make it more thin, and at the end, we can get the plastic bags. This molding also can use for the plastic bottle. For further details about this method, you can watch these two links of video. The first one will shows you animation about the compression, injection, extrusion, and air blown molding. The second video will shows you the application in plastic cup and cutlery formation. As conclusion, we already discussed with all of you about the 4 techniques applying in plastic industry to produce consumer product, which are compression molding, injection molding, extrusion molding, and air blown molding. Hopefully, you will get the theory and also the application. See you soon!